Airlie Beach was the goal destination for my winter road trip, and that was as I was going on the Noob Spearo sail and spear trip out of the Great Barrier Reef. It was an incredible experience sailing out on the Condor. The crew were amazing, the instructors were patient and skillful, helping this cold water Spearo slay tropical species, and everyone on board was a keen frothing Spearo. The trip went over 5 days, with the middle 3 days being packed with awesome spearing, and after each dive, the Condor crew had a mad feed reef for us, so we could focus on diving and shooting beautiful fish. Anyways, now that we've sailed out to Black Reef, it's time to see if I can shoot some of those beautiful Great Barrier Reef fish.
Walls where we're going to start. It's a pretty nice coral here. We're going to swim out towards the sun direction, yeah, and then we'll end up swimming out of the mouth, the northern end where we're too scared to drive through.
Sailing out on the Condor, sun on my face, heading for Black Reef, the Spearo's place. Wind in the rigging and the sea rolling wide, we're chasing that Great Barrier vibe. Mask and fins and the spears all set, stories to make and fish to get. Laughing on deck with a salty cheer, cause the reef we've been dreaming is finally here.
Would you believe it? I didn't even pull the trigger on the first day. That's alright, it was only a short evening dive. Anyways, plenty of room for improvement on day 2.
Big fish here, the instructor cries, looks at the tender while no one dives. Shrek chums up, the Trev comes in, get that sucker in a chili bin. Tim splash your bobs along the ocean blue, reckon you can shoot a Spanish too. The fish is on, big enough to brag, hell yeah, another Spanish flag. Try not to slip, wetty lube on the floor. Finish another dive, spoiled on the Condor. Crispy Dan, Miyabi and Sambo too. Keep us well fed, they know what to do. That cray was massive is what they'll say, but it may have become bigger since that day. Big trout lurking, but it won't cross the line. That fish is stuck at 79.9 on the Condor. We're riding the tide, spears in hand, got a crew by our side from dawn light to the evening glow. Full froth, no ego, that's how we roll. Spanish mackerel, trout craze, all in one spot. Sunburned faces, but the smiles don't stop. Ocean vibes do knock out the devil. Hit the right fish and reach next level. On the Condor, we're riding the tide, spears in hand, got a crew by our side. From the waters of blue to the corals, restful froth, no ego, spear and sail times best, yeah. Noob Spearo crew, magic reef, great fish, and the sky so blue, yeah.
Well done. Yeah, nice fish. Well done. You did everything right there too. Camera, patient, and you shot. Nice, and it was a nice shot too. I'm happy with that, mate. Yep. Cool. Oh, what a fucking lovely fish. Oh.
day 2 was pretty epic. Got myself a gold spot trevally, I'm stoked with that. And after many attempts and help from Shrek and Paul, got myself a coral trout. Awesome stuff, really stoked with that. And there was also the Spanish flag. Now on to day 3. So day 3, I caught myself another coral trout and another Spanish flag. Any day you catch either of those fish is a magical day as far as I'm concerned. Now on to day 4. With all the bait fish around on day 4, we decided to kick off by throwing out Tim's flasher and seeing if something would come in. So we're hoping for a Spanish. Not a flag, but a mackerel this time. This involved Kieran and I diving down on the flasher, acting super interested and trying to make other big fish jealous. It's not the most exciting diving to watch, so I won't put too much of it in, but it is very relaxing, so it's quite an enjoyable morning. Did we catch a Spanish? Not this time.
I saw your feet. When I looked at your feet, I thought that was too stunning. Get it up. Cheers, mate.
So what the 3 timber lines, float lines, plus a couple of fish equal was a little bit of a mess. We were tangled up a little bit there, but we landed both fish. That's pretty cool. Very exciting, a lot of fun with Tim and Kieran there.
Call her over. Yeah, it's a mess, but we'll have to sort it out on the boat. That was fucking exciting. That was an ordeal though. Far out. It's good fish, man. Look at that. Beauty. That's your first husky? That is my first husky.
Day 4 saw me catch my first black spot tuskfish, which now that I've eaten it is probably one of my favourite fish to eat, and a few more coral trout. Got a coral trout on my very last dive there, so that was pretty cool as well. On to day 5, time to sail back to Airlie Beach. Thanks for watching along and enjoying the Noob Spearo's Whit-Sunday sail and spear trip with me. I had an absolute blast. Would have loved to have stayed on the Outer Great Barrier Reef a bit longer, got more species under my belt, but all good things must come to an end. That said, I'm definitely keen to get out there soon. Can't recommend this trip enough. Perfect for anyone keen to explore the Outer Great Barrier Reef, along with amazing instructors, great crew and a bunch of fellow frothers. And it made a cracking opportunity to escape the Tassie winter. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. Who knows, if enough of you legends do, maybe it'll help support me to go on more of these trips in the future. Thanks again.